So next chapter is Jahangir and Shah Jahan. Jahangir, on the death of Akbar in 605, the main theme in this chapter, chapter number 10, the Mughal Empire. European trading companies in focus, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, art and architecture. So, Jahangir, on the death of Akbar in 1605 CE, his son Muhammad Sultan Salim succeeded him to the throne. On ascending the throne, he assumed the title Nuruddin Jahangir, which means world Caesar. He inherited what was probably the most powerful empire in the world at that time and the strongest in Indian history to date. Jahangir continued the policies of his father. He was well educated, fond of literature, painting, and nature. He cared about the welfare of his subjects. So next topic is Khusro's rebellion. Within the 5 months after his succession to the throne, Jahangir's son Khusro in alliance with Man Singh revolted against him. The prince was defeated and imprisoned. Conquest and campaigns. In comparison to Akbar conquest, Jahangir achievements were less specular. However, he held the vast empire together with great efficiency. In 1613 CE, Jahangir marched against Rana Amar Singh of Mewar, who had refused to accept the suzerainty of the Mughals. Rana Amar Singh was defeated. He remained loyal to the Mughal Empire for the rest of his life. Jahangir also conquered Kangra, Awadh and Bengal and brought them under his control. He sent his son Prince Khurram to campaign against Malik Ambar. Although Prince Khurram was able to annex Ahmednagar in 1616 CE, Malik Ambar declared his independence a few years later. The Deccan continued to be an irritant for the Mughals. The Persian attacked Kandahar in 1622 CE, so Jahangir decided to send Prince Khurram to defend it. Prince Khurram refused to go and rebel. Kandahar was occupied by the Persians, which affected the trade between India and Central Asia. Relation with the Europeans. When Jahangir ascends the throne, the Portuguese, the Dutch and the English traders had already arrived in India. The Portuguese traders were granted trade concessions by Jahangir, but soon they incurred his wrath when they began to indulge in piracy and attack Mughal ships. Jahangir refused permission to conduct any trade with the Mughal Empire. It was during Jahangir's reign that two Englishmen named John Hawkins and Sir Thomas Roy arrived in India as ambassador of King James I of England. The England East India Company has already been formed in 1600 CE. Then Sir Thomas Roy, who came into India in 1615 CE, succeeded in obtaining trade concessions for British traders and also got the permission to set up a factory of soap. Nur Jahan in 1611 CE, Jahangir married Nur Jahan. Who married Nur Jahan? Jahangir, which means light of the world. She was extremely beautiful and highly talented lady. She soon began to influence Jahangir with her intelligence and creative abilities. He started consulting her on all matters related to the government. During Jahangir's illness, she took over the reins of the government and got her family members appointed to high offices. Her father was made the Wazir, while her brother Asif Khan was made the Mir Saman. Mir Saman is in charge of the royal household. Suspicious of her moves, Prince Khurram and Mohabbat Khan, a faithful general of Jahangir, rose in revolt against Nur Jahan. During the last 16 years of his reign, Jahangir left the entire administration in Nur Jahan's hands, while he himself became addicted to wine. So when Jahangir died in 1627, he was succeeded by his son Khurram. After her husband's death, Nur Jahan retired from his court life. She died in 1645 So Shah Jahan. The death of Jahangir was followed by a brief struggle for succession in 1628 Khurram, his third son, managed to remove all his rivals and ascend the throne under the title Shah Jahan, meaning the ruler of the world. Conquest. Shah Jahan was a great general and wanted to extend his empire. He put down the revolts of Jujhar Singh, Bundela chief from Bundelkhand, and that of Khan Jahan Lodi, the Subedar of the Deccan. In order to bring Ahmednagar, Bijapur and Golconda under control, he appointed Aurangzeb, his most capable son, as the Subedar of the Deccan. In a series of campaigns, Ahmednagar was conquered in 1633 and Bijapur and Golconda was accepted the sovereignty of the Mughals in 1636 and 1656 respectively. They also agreed to pay an annual tribute. Northwest policy. Shah Jahan dreams of reconquering his ancestors' territory in Central Asia ended in failure. He also failed to recover Kandahar from the Persians. The loss of Kandahar was a severe blow to the prestige of the Mughal Empire. Relation with the European traders. The Portuguese had been allowed to establish a factory in Hooghly in Bengal during the reign of Akbar in 1641 CE. Shah Jahan army defeated the Portuguese and turned them out of Hooghly. The relation of the Mughal emperor with the English were cordial, as they submitted most willingly to the Mughals. So Shah Jahan's contribution to art and architecture. Shah Jahan was a well-read and could converse in Turkish, Persian and Hindi. He was a great poet, patron of music, painting and literature. His eldest son, Dara Shikoh, was a great scholar. He translated many Sanskrit works into Persian. As peace and prosperity prevailed throughout the empire, Shah Jahan devoted himself to the architecture. He built the Taj Mahal at Agra. He built the Taj Mahal. Where Taj Mahal? At Agra. He built the Taj Mahal at Agra as a mausoleum for his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal. Built in white marble, it is a marvelous synthesis of Indian Central Asia and Persian architecture. The wall are covered with exquisite Pitradora designs. Pitradora means inlaid work of decoration with precious and semi-precious stone. It means precious and semi-precious stones. Enabled in an inlaid in marble, it was designed by Ustad Effendi, a Persian. It took 20 years and about 3 crores rupees to complete it. Shah Jahan also constructed the Moti Masjid in the Agra front at the Jama Masjid in Delhi. After the death of his beloved wife Mumtaz, Shah Jahan shifted the capital to Delhi and started the construction of a new city called Shahjahanabad. He also built the Red Fort, which had many beautiful buildings like the Rang Mahal, Diwane Khas, Diwane and the celebrated peacock throne, which was made of gold and studded with 108 large rupees, 116 emeralds, many diamonds and pearls. It is one of the costliest treasures of the bygone era. This throne was carried away by the Nadir Shah, a Persian invader in 1739 C. So, class, second chapter, the point age of magnificence. So, tomorrow I will discuss age of magnificence. So, thank you, class.